everyone, it's Shay with Shay's Urban Edibles. I wanted to bring you along today while I pull up some artichokes and transplant them to pots so that I can prep my bed for spring tomatoes. All right, so I have these nursery buckets here that I've already been dumping some soil into. I'm gonna add a little bit of chicken manure because I know that artichokes are heavy feeders. I need another glove. So I'm gonna pull up, I have a bed that I plan on planting some tomatoes and spring veggies in, and so that bed has some artichokes in it. I'm gonna take those artichokes out of that bed. I'm going to plant them into these pots until I can find a more permanent place for them. Bucket. So this is some of that all-natural raised bed and potting mix by Kellogg's. I'm going to fill this about halfway and add some chicken manure into this one as well. Ciao, Penny. That's not going to work. I'm going to have to stand this one up. Over there. Alright, so you see it's about half full. It's got some chicken manure and some potting soil mix in here. I'm going to dig up these 2 artichokes. Alright, so this is one of the artichokes. It's kind of small. And then I have this one, which is apparently living its best life because they were planted at the same time, but this one is way bigger. And then there's one other smaller one back here, and I can see why it's so small. The cabbages are covering it. So the roots are too deep. Up here, let me get my bucket. have disturbed this one a little bit more than I did the other one. But hopefully not to the point where it'll die. These artichokes were started from seed, which is pretty difficult apparently because it took me a couple of tries, probably about 3 tries before I finally got it done. All right, so let me get the soil. All right, so they're in there. Add some hot and cold milk. Better. So apparently artichokes also do well in partial shade, which is where these may end up going. I think I'm going to get one of those little 2 feet by 4 feet by 1 foot oval raised beds, and I'm gonna put it under just under the edge of my house. That way I can keep an eye on them. I know for a fact they won't get burned because of this hot Texas sun. Because I know a lot of plants on the packages, they say full sun, but I don't know if they mean full Texas sun. All right, that one's done. I got one last one. I have to find a bucket that's small enough to put it in. So apparently saving your nursery buckets does come in handy. I was able to find this, looks like a 10-inch bucket that I had bought some milkweed in. I use this for the very last one. I put too much in this one because this pot is small compared to the other two. So this chicken manure will help to help the soil to maintain moisture so I won't have to water as often. And then also, it's going to provide tons of nitrogen and other finite minerals that plants need to grow and be healthy. Yeah, I don't know if this one is going to make it once I transplant it, but I'm going to try it. And it looks like it's directly struggling. Yeah, it's real small. But I'm not giving up on it. So let's get this one in here. Hopefully this nitrogen will help this one to take off because it's looking real pitiful compared to the other two. May as well take that off. This one disease that goes some kind of way. Alright. It's kind of hot coming out of the tap or the spigot. Okay, that's cool. And up pot a nectarine tree. I went to Kroger's one morning on the way to work, and they had some out and they were for sale, and I couldn't grab it that morning, and so I was going to go back later on that evening and pick it up. And when I got there, when I tell you every fruit tree that they had was gone, they only had the blooming blooming shade trees, which I didn't want. So I go back a couple of weeks later and they have another stock, and this is early in the morning on the way to work. They have another stock of the fruit trees, and the main one that I wanted was a nectarine tree. And so I found one of the nectarine trees out of all the trees they had, a sunracer nectarine, which requires anywhere from 200 to 300 hours of chill time. And I went ahead and picked it up right then and there because I wasn't going to take the chance of it not being there when I got off work. So I left it in my back seat all day long at work, but when I got home, it's just been sitting there. But I did pick up some chicken manure. I picked up some chicken manure for it, and I picked up a bag of soil to get it up potted into a bigger pot because it's definitely ready. It's full of blooms. Let me get you guys a look of it. So this is the nectarine tree, and it's already wanting to bloom. I want to get it out of that little bitty pot, top it with some chicken manure, maybe prune it a little bit. But like I said, this is a sunracer nectarine. And it requires full sun, fertilize it in the spring, water it twice weekly during dry spells, and then the average height is between 10 and 15 feet with a spread of 5 to 10 feet. Of course, the 5 to 10 feet spread, that's pretty big. But hopefully I can keep it pruned because it's going to be in a container. That way it doesn't get too big. But I look forward to getting some nectarines off of this tree. Who knows, with all these blooms, maybe I'll get a couple this year. But let's get it up potted. That was left, or not that, raised bed potting soil. That was left in the bag that I was using to up pot in, or to repot the other stuff. That's definitely not enough. Next, grab some more soil. Save some room for the pot that it's already in. Dig a little well in there so I'm able to put this tree inside that well. Alright, let's see what it looks like in here. Okay, quite a bit of roots. They don't look too bad. Still gonna try to spread them out a little bit. Everything in there. Now I just need to figure out where I'm going to put it because I'm running out of space back here. But I can't stop buying trees. All right, I did have some other vegetables that were ready to be harvested prior to the frost that we got, the cold weather that we got. I'm gonna go ahead and harvest them now because I do have time to process them and they just won't be sitting on the counter wilting away. So I think I had a couple of kohlrabi, a green kohlrabi, a purple kohlrabi that's ready. And then I have a couple of the Golden Beauty Chinese cabbages that I need to harvest. So this one is not quite as full as I'd like it. But I know that it is time to harvest it. This is damaged. These still damaged. Slight bug damage. Kohlrabis are over here next to my herb bed. This is one of them, and they came out way better than I expected. It's huge, and it didn't split on me. Now, this is my first time growing the kohlrabi. I have never eaten it before, nor have I grown it. So I'm gonna have to look up some recipes to see how this can be prepared. I do also have this purple one. And it is gorgeous as well. Let's see. It hasn't split. It's just as big as the other one. So that's the other one. The two together. Like I said, they're close to the same size. Looks like I got a gargantuan carrot. That thing is huge. Look at it. Ah, it's huge and short. All right, the other ones aren't ready yet. I don't even see the top of them, so I know they're not ready to harvest. I don't even see the tops of those carrots, so I know they're not ready to harvest. So let's move on. Get the last go. All right, this is another one of those Golden Beauty Chinese cabbages. I was thinking I was going to be able to let this one go a little bit longer, but it looks like there's some seeds inside of there, so it's gone to seed on me. I am still going to go ahead and harvest it. Left my knife. This underneath there. Put that back. The neighborhood cats may try to pay me a visit. Mess up in a little bit. Go ahead and get that one. It's small, but I can still use it. It's another bed with some golden Chinese cabbages in it. This one's not going to seed. Neither is this one. It's almost ready though. It's got some yellow in the middle. And this one too, so I'm gonna give those a few more days. This one looks good too. See, do see some seeds in there. So this one's gonna be picked. Then I have two in this bed that are ready. It's the golden Chinese cabbage. This is how I prefer they look before I pull them out of the garden. Almost like a flower. A couple of radishes over here too that might be ready. It's one of my daikon radishes. The other one's not ready. This cabbage head is solid, even though it's small. I'm gonna go ahead and harvest that one as well. Another radish that is gone. It's producing seeds too. It's flowering. See what it looks like. Oh, no wonder it's flowering. This one's huge. It's yellow. small, but I can work with it. There may be some in here that's ready to harvest. Oh, that's a small one. This one's got seed on it. Oops. I broke it. You can tell I didn't take my time and plant these seeds. I kind of just scattered the seeds in this bed. And so now, I don't think these will ever get to the point that they can be harvested. They're too small. Some of them are really small. But the rest of them, I'm going to leave in here a little bit longer. Maybe put a little bit of bone meal or some of that fish fertilizer. I think it's the More Bloom 0-10-10. There's another one that looks like it wants to flower. It's a decent size. Here's another one. It's a decent size too. There's two more good size back on ready. All right, so this is today's harvest. Got me a couple of good sized daikon radishes. Make me some kimchi. We'll probably end up using these cabbages. They look so close to the Napa cabbage. And I got this one oddly shaped carrot. Two of the round, I guess these are the green acre cabbages, and then 4 of the golden beauty Chinese cabbages, and 2 kohlrabis. Check back in a couple of days to see what else is ready for me to harvest. Hopefully nothing else starts to go to seed or starts flowering. All right, that's going to do it for today's video. I thank you guys for joining me. I'd appreciate it if you could like, share, and subscribe if you find my content interesting or helpful. In the meantime, I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.